Hi, my name is Madeline Stone, and I grew up in a house where love seemed to have favorites. My brother Ethan was always the golden child, celebrated, pampered, praised. Every time he achieved something, my parents would throw a party, take photos, and call relatives. When I asked for help to pursue my dream of attending a design school, they said, "Madeline, you should focus on something realistic. You're not like your brother." I remember sitting in my room, holding my scholarship acceptance letter, feeling a mix of disappointment and determination. That night, I made a quiet vow: I will succeed, not for their approval, but for myself. School was tough. While Ethan got tutors, private lessons, and financial support, I worked part-time at a cafe, tutored younger kids, and used public libraries to learn design, coding, and business management. Some days I cried quietly. Other days, I felt a fire inside me growing stronger. I also had a few friends who believed in me: Jenny, who shared coding tutorials at night, and Marco, who taught me small business tricks he'd learned from his family store. Their support, though small, fueled me more than my parents' recognition ever could. By 18, I had learned two things. 1. Hard work is invisible, but it always pays off. 2. People's favoritism is temporary. Your skill and determination aren't. I moved to Chicago at 22, carrying just $500, a worn-out laptop, and dreams bigger than my doubts. The first year was brutal. I slept on a friend's couch, survived on instant noodles, and juggled 3 part-time jobs: cafe barista, bookstore clerk, and night coding projects. There were days I questioned myself. Maybe my parents were right. Maybe I'm not enough. But every time I reminded myself of my vow, I wasn't doing this for anyone else. I was doing it for me. I started small: freelance design projects, minor coding gigs, and building an AI-based platform for creative design. I faced failures. Servers crashed. Clients disappeared. Sometimes I cried alone, exhausted. But each failure taught me something new. Meanwhile, Ethan's successful business started facing trouble. He had been relying on parental funds and poor management skills. My parents were stressed, but they still believed in his talent, never noticing that their so-called failure of a daughter was quietly building an empire. By 26, my small freelance project had grown into a legitimate startup. I secured my first angel investment, $50,000, enough to hire a small team. That's when I realized I was no longer the overlooked daughter. I was a force in the making. At 28, my startup Aurora had a valuation of $40 million. The AI platform revolutionized creative design, attracting investors, tech media, and industry awards. I was finally living my dream, but I wanted something more. Not revenge for the sake of pain, but proof. Proof to myself, and proof to the family that had dismissed me. I planned a private gala in New York. Invitations went to top investors, influencers, and, crucially, Ethan Stone. I knew he wouldn't recognize me at first. I had changed, grown, and built confidence that could not be ignored. The night of the gala, the room was filled with chatter, cameras, and the soft hum of excitement. Ethan arrived, desperate to pitch a new failing idea. When he saw me on stage as CEO of Aurora, the realization hit him like a lightning bolt. "Madeline?" he stammered. I smiled, poised and calm. For years, people told me I couldn't do it. Today, I'm proof that determination outshines favoritism. The audience erupted. Cameras flashed. Investors took notes. And my parents, sitting at the back, stunned, finally saw me, not as the failure, but as the unstoppable force I had always been. Weeks later, my parents called. Hesitant, curious, finally, respectful. "Madeline, can we talk?" I met them calmly. I didn't need to lecture or humiliate. I simply said, "I didn't need your money or approval. I needed focus, patience, and perseverance." That's what built my life. Ethan's company eventually collapsed, and my parents finally learned a lesson in respect, not shame. I helped my brother rebuild, but on my terms, mentoring him to value skill, effort, and responsibility. I am Madeline Stone. Once invisible, underestimated, overlooked. Now my success isn't just my victory, and it's my message. And as I watched my family understand, slowly, carefully, that their golden child had nothing on the daughter they ignored, I realized something profound. Revenge isn't cruelty. Revenge is rising, and nothing feels better than watching it happen gracefully.